Hey everybody, I'm Jude and you're watching Just So Random. So remember last week, well, over a week ago, anyway, I was telling you that my first fanfiction review will be up by the end of the week, the end of last week, and it's Thursday today, so that was supposed to be up like 4 or 5 days ago. Anyway, I was super busy and I didn't think it was going to take me that long to read those two stories over again. Because yes, I have read Saints and Sinners and Dancing with Scissors before. I just wanted to reread them so I could get myself refreshed with the story before I did the reviews. Like I said, last week and this week has been well, last week was crazy busy, and it took me actually about 4 or 5 days to get done with Dancing with Scissors, and then another 3 or 4 days to read through Saints and Sinners again. So that was a little different for me, because usually, like I said before, I can read a 100,000 word story in about 6 hours. So 1,000 word story only should only take me about 18 hours, and it was way over 18 hours. So, anyway, I have notes. This is my notebook. This is the book that I will be keeping all of my fanfiction reviews in. You can see my nice chicken scratch. Yeah. So, I'm going to start off with the first review. Okay, so I'm going to start off the first review. I'm going to review a fic called Dancing with Scissors. It's by an author called piratequeen0405. You can find her author page down in the down bar, and a link to the story down in the down bar, like down there in my pants. Start my review off by saying the story is kind of really about self-expression, and leave it at that. And let you guys read the story to find out why I say that. Big points on the story. The dog's name. I love the dog's name. The dog's name is Auburn, by the way. And the story has great grammar and amazing flow. And for someone like me who with ADD or ADHD or dyslexia or whatever kind of learning disability you might have and you like to read, since I have text-to-speak reader, story flow and grammar and punctuation, all that is kind of really important because it's a monotone voice, and without the right punctuation and without correct grammar or spelling, it just doesn't make sense. And I've stopped reading many stories because me editing it myself would just take too long, and I don't want to have to edit a story that is complete. I don't want to have to do that unless I'm like the story beta. I love how sarcastic LUV'EM is. She's super sarcastic, and me being a sarcastic person, I'm just gonna laugh my ass off. It's simple as that. She has a pouty mouth. I mean, she makes up cuss words like you wouldn't believe. There's chapter 5 in the story. She basically cusses Suzomu's family and him out because they're trying to take Grin away from her. And she, this is one of my favorite quotes in the story, is, "I'm not going to hand Red over to be raised by you megalomaniacal asshat." She just commences to tear into them. It's hilarious. This fic is like really big on pop fiction, and up to date events. Well, it's up to date in the story, basically. Pop fiction, up to date events, and sexual innuendo. I hate that word. It never comes out of my mouth right. Innuendo. There we go. I got it right. Kagome is the author of a column called Scarlet Letters. I really love how Pirate Queen incorporates the letters to Scarlet from column readers into the story. Some of the letters are awesome, and some of them are just like, Kagome is like, okay, this is bullshit, and you go to the next one. Another favorite quote in the story is between Kagome and Sango, because Moroku is saying, I think I like having another guy here, you know, since I don't feel like talking about shoes. And Sego looks down at Kagome's shoes, and she says, she's like, new shoes? Baby, those are gross. They're so tasty. And, you know, in the story, it's a great comment because, you know, women in shoes. Like, I'm sitting here looking at a shoebox right now, and I love that in these shoes. I've worn them like once, but I love them. And yes, you can never have too many black pairs of shoes, but these are like vintage brown, by the way. I don't know what I'm telling you about my shoes. Except I got a great bib on them. I love how Rin reads people in the story. She has the sixth sense, and in the beginning of the story, she wakes up screaming, Kagome, something's wrong with mommy and daddy. I just know it. And come to find out a couple hours later that, yes, Kikyo and Inuyasha have died in a car wreck. So, general overview of the story, it starts off with Kagome and Kikyo and Inuyasha. They all live together, and they have Rin, and Rin is Kikyo and Inuyasha's daughter. They die in a car wreck. Kagome has to call Shomaru, Inuyasha's brother, obviously, and tell him that his brothers died. So Shomaru has to call his parents and tell them that they've lost their youngest son. So in their messianic way, they want to make up for their son's horrible childhood. So they decide to petition for Rin's guardianship, even though Kagome technically should be the legal guardian of this child. She's been with her entire life. That doesn't go so well, hence the whole megalomaniacal ass hat comment from chapter 5. Shomaru comes up with this idea because Kagome needs somewhere to live, because she has an apartment that's like 3 times out of her price range, because 2 of the rent paying adults are now dead. So his bright idea is to they basically say, hey, you can live on our property. We have an unused guest house. My parents can have the granddaughter, and you have somewhere free to stay. So Kagome, kind of non-trustingly, you know, like, I don't know, but she accepts because she really doesn't have any other choice. So that's the whole Shomaru, and because when he first meets her, he's like, this woman is vulgar, and she has no like taste or class or blah 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 or whatever. But throughout the story, they become friends, and they starting to fall for each other. And Shomaru is the first one to realize, like, hey, I'm kind of really liking her, because Kagome is kind of making sure she keeps herself in the friend zone, keeps him in the friend zone, and he falls in love with her through just being around her. Key turning points of the story are through chapters 14 through 16, where Sharma really starts to admit that he's attracted to her, and then next chapter he admits that he wants her, and the next chapter is that he's like actually telling her she basically looks fat in the outfit to keep her from wearing a dress that he dubs too sexy in his mind. Anyway, Thanksgiving they have a date, and then Thanksgiving is a kiss. And then the next day they lose Rin in the mall and they have sex that night. So, boom, boom, boom. I'm going to end the story. I'm going to end this review by saying, Kagome kind of doubts her relationship, but he brings her back. From that, they get engaged, they get married, they have a baby. Honestly, the story altogether is a plus story. 5 stars, whatever you want to say. I love the story, and I really think if you're watching me and you're looking for a good sex fic to read, you should read this, or just a good Inuyasha fanfiction read in general. It is AU, so, and there's a little ukness there. Oh, see. But altogether, it's a great story. and Pirate Queen did a great job on that. So I'm going to leave you guys by saying the next review will be up a little bit later today. It's on Saints and Sinners by Aries Mine, and it's a really great story for anybody who reads Southern Vampires, Mystery, Sookie Stackhouse, True Blood Fish. You'll love this one. So stay tuned. I'm Jude. You've been watching Just So Random, and I'm going to go record a new video now. Later.